Hello.
Hello.
Happy Thursday.
Yes, happy Thursday. Welcome everyone to the Total Package. Hope we are all doing very well.
Sure.
So we're gonna start our podcast today. We're going on with what's new with you ladies this week. Anna, you have some big news to share.
I sure do. My family and I acquired a little itty bitty kitten, and his name has finally been created. We finally came up with Twix last night. He's matching the food theme going on with our pets. We now have Twix to go along with Hershey and Spice. So, and he's probably 5-6 weeks old. He is a foundling in one of Russell's coworkers' yards, and he came home to live with us on Tuesday. And he is adorable.
He is adorable.
So cute.
He is.
Meow.
Has a great
And
home.
I've got a meow that
Good they have find home.
as Casper.
Yeah.
What?
As Casper stripping her cat's tail to stay out of her food.
I was eating dinner, and she insists that she's got to put her tail in my dinner.
Yeah. So I was like, if you're not gonna share it with me, I'll make it mine. I'll find a way.
I'm like,
Exactly.
I don't need your tail in there.
Right.
Go away. Thank you.
How about
It's now
you, ma'am?
kitty
You have
flavored
anything?
food.
Yes.
Lot going on with me. So the reason why I wasn't on last week is because every October is Inktober. So I'm doing a design every week, but there's a change. The difference with this one is that I am now recording everyone. Every single piece that I do, I'm recording them now. And then once this whole craziness is done and I have time and I don't have commissions to do, I am going to edit them and put them up onto YouTube and TikTok. If TikTok isn't taken by November 12th, let's hope not.
Like work in progress type stuff, watching you as you
So that's why last week I was really trying to work out the kinks and whatnot. So I've got that worked out. So I did it earlier today, and then I'll edit everything later. So that's been the major thing. And then I'm trying to also be part of my family's lives. So my sister wants to do this sort of spider theme for our decorations. So she's gonna she has this great idea of put this giant web on our front porch and put little treat bags so that kids don't have to worry about
coming up.
Kids
They
and
can just
parents
come and take it.
Yeah, exactly. And they don't have to worry about contamination.
Treating is still something that's gonna really happen. It's already been canceled in my area, so it's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, I'm wondering because I kind of make flyers and or at least talk to our neighbors and go hey, are we still doing some type of trick or treating or what? Because if not, then we're just gonna have leftover candy for no reason. So yeah, that's been it. And I have this in my. I'm working on another one. So.
Nice, very nice.
Sweet.
How about you, Tan? Do you have anything new with you?
My grandma passed on Sunday.
Oh, yeah. Sorry to hear
And
that.
Sorry to hear that.
I finally had the balls to share a picture reconstruction type thing I was working on.
Mhm.
And it was
for a few months
beautiful.
now.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, it sucks that it took me
was
that to
beautiful,
be have the balls to do this, share this, but I guess sometimes it takes these kind of things to make you want to step forward, and say, hey, I did this. So
Yeah.
So I got to do that. And now I guess I'm gonna be working on other family pictures. A friend of mine hit me up and asked me if I would work on some pictures for her of her family that she'd like to have redone. She's gonna toss a couple bucks my way to see what I can do. And then my cousin actually messaged me today for the first time in almost a year. Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Nice.
So for the
How
first time,
beautiful of a couple.
thank you.
It's beautiful.
For the first time in about a year, my cousin messaged me and said, hey, do you care if I use this picture at Grandma's memorial service tomorrow?
Oh,
I want to have it printed out real big and put it up because both of my grandparents are now passed. My pap passed probably almost 17 years ago now, so it's they're both gone, and it's kind of like going to be a memorial service in memory of them both, kind of a deal. They're going to do an ash scattering thing in the spring.
Oh, that's
So-
nice.
Yeah, it's actually kind of beautiful, and it just had me like wound up in memories of people and being a little kid and things that happened, and my grandparents having a farmette and chickens running everywhere and like all this stuff that went on, and growing up around like a fresh garden, and the fact that like she was the first person that gave me like homemade tomato sandwiches, like fresh tomato sandwiches.
Ooh,
Mhm.
sounds really good.
Was like, here, try an onion sandwich, and then laughed at me when I didn't like it. Caught up in all those loving memories, and just
Yeah.
I mean, she's had Alzheimer's for years and has been in a home for a long time, so it's kind of one of those like sit around and wait situations. Even though you think you're prepared, you really never are. But
Yeah.
here we are, and
Right.
Yeah, it reminds me of what happened with my mother-in-law. Well, not at the time. She passed away over a decade ago, 2008.
yeah.
So yeah, that long ago, almost a decade. There you go. So yeah, she was cremated. So they scattered her ashes, and it was definitely one of those things because she was bedridden and
you
in
think
pain
you're ready, right?
constantly.
You think
Yeah.
you're ready. You
Yeah.
think like I want them to go because like I don't
Mhm.
want them to be in pain anymore. And then when it happens, you're like, God damn it! I'm a 5-year-old sitting on the floor with tissues, crying because I'm super fucking sad right now. But it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like I'm not completely wrecked. I handle these things pretty well. I just sit in my memories and have a good time. That's
Yeah, no, that's okay.
where I'm at.
Yeah.
How about you, Casper? Anything new?
Yeah.
Well, let's just put it this way. Getting on here won't be so hard anymore. I lost my job
Oh.
on Friday last week, so I've been applying everywhere. So that's one of the things I've been doing. The other thing I've been doing is I've been trying to work with a group in the area to reopen small businesses because the economy is really tanking in our area.
Mm-hmm.
And so my husband and I have been opening or trying to talk to senators and stuff like that about reopening small businesses because there's so many businesses going out of business. So
I
I've
would
spent my
agree.
week doing a lot of advertising for that.
That is something I don't know if I mentioned before in the podcast, but one of the things that during COVID quarantines and such is something that I really got into is following people on Instagram that were convention people who went to conventions to sell. You happen to know this, and finding and being able to still support those people during these times because they need the times. A lot of people before COVID happened, like the year in 2019 was the one that some of these people had decided, I want to do this as a full-time job, quit whatever random job that they had normally. And now they find that since all the conventions have closed, that it's made a huge impact on their income. And I think that's something that we as consumers have to kind of remember, shop small and support people. We need to support each other. I would definitely agree with that.
And that's what we've been advocating for. A lot of the small businesses in the area haven't even opened back up. And
Right.
it's now we're at March, from
Mhm.
March till now, and there's so many that have gone under.
Mm-hmm.
I was driving around my local area yesterday and I couldn't believe the amount of shut doors.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the things I've been advocating for. So small businesses, a lot of my friends have taken to the point that they want, what they want to do is create a list of small businesses and artists like all of us.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they do their Christmas gifts this year.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what I've been up to. I've spent a lot of time, trying to advocate for that. So
Oh, yeah, that's super nice.
Cool.
That kind of happened to me too because I quit my job before quarantine happened.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Now I'm here and I'm just like, when I told my family, is like, you know, I'm living on breadcrumbs. Like I'm just barely getting along. Like I'm getting money. It's just not a lot. So I'm just like
Mhm.
trying to putter along. I'm also job hunting too. So I'm also trying to see if I can find a good online job in my field.
Yeah.
If not, maybe some data entry or something like that. Something so that I can just finally get our credit scores back up and whittle the debt down. That's the only thing that's really stopping us right now. So I understand. Yeah.
With having my LPN and not my BSN or my RN, which is what I've been trying to get into with clinicals and stuff, to finish that. Not having that is causing a huge problem for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm having a terrible time to find jobs. And yeah, I know I messed up and I was late to my job and kind of got let go because of that. But you know, in the long run, I messed up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the thing is, like, you know what happened,
Mhm.
So like when the opportunity arises, you can always just
Make
fix
adjustments.
Change it. Yeah. Well,
know.
yeah, and that's the thing. The medical field has very little, how do I put
Tolerance?
it? Tolerance. Yeah, tolerance is a good word for it. Has no tolerance for somebody being late.
Well, they don't accept, there's no margin for error there. Like you
No.
are in this space and you can't move.
That's rough.
Yeah. So
Well,
yes.
how about you, Miss Lady Love? What's new with
Lady
you?
Love.
Hopefully something good, cheerful.
Oh no, just working. Just you're trying to work, figure out this whole going, back to face and how that's gonna work.
Mhm.
Working with the two other teachers that I work with to see what's the classroom gonna look like, how we're gonna do the face and do the virtual.
Mhm.
I mean, there's all these up in the air of what ifs. We don't know. We'll figure it out.
Maybe it's because I'm not running
when the
any
time
teachers.
comes. So that's been a big one. Taking advantage of this beautiful weather, going on
Heck
lots
yeah.
Oh yeah.
going on lots
so
of
nice.
walks after I get done with work. I've been taking the dog and dragging my dad out the door and saying we're going for a walk.
I haven't shut windows in over a week. It's probably been 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe, the windows in the bedroom. Good for
I
you.
actually have a window open right now.
Nice.
Other than that, getting ready for Halloween, decorating. Because
Awesome.
our neighborhood is trying to do, because I call it my street. It kind of starts as you go up the hill. It kind of cresses a little bit before it keeps going up. From there down, they're trying to set up trick or treating to where the kids just come up and they take like a baggie
Yeah,
of candy.
kind of like
Mhm.
what,
Oh,
what
nice.
Em was saying.
Yeah, and so they're like, decorate. You can sit outside so you can see the kids. You can see the costumes. You can
Mhm.
still do that, distance interacting, but it
So-
still allows the kids to enjoy Halloween.
Right. So you're doing it per street. So like neighbors are joining together. to do it. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea.
We're hoping, because one of the other neighbors set it up and just sent out an email saying, hey, this is what we're thinking. Are you interested? Do you want to do it? And of course, I'm like, hell yeah. I'm like, we finally, within the last few years, actually started getting kids coming to our house trick-or-treating on Halloween. Because there were years where we would have like 1 or 2 kids come.
Mhm.
I've never had kids come to our house for trick or treat.
No.
And I'm one of those, like, I go out with that. I decorate. And I think a lot of what helped was our neighbors that moved in across from us a few years ago. God, it's probably been like 12 years or so, 13. But they have 2 girls. One's high school, one's, I think, going into middle school, 6th grade, going into somewhere around there. But they've always decorated, and they've always done something big for Halloween. So that's drawn a lot of kids.
I never lived in a neighborhood though like that. Like when I was we lived in a trailer park. That's different. But like,
It ain't all that
not like one of those
Been there.
neighborhoods.
Trust me, it's not always that great. We've also been fighting with the HOA on stupid
Oh,
shit.
that's right. You have an HOA.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I'm sorry.
Ah,
It's cool
My
for,
HOA
like,
is about this
some things,
stupid
but then
too,
there's like,
but yours is definitely more hardcore than ours, definitely for sure. Because
And,
they're fine with decorations. You just can't do it until October 1st, and then they're very particular about it. Me taking
oh
down.
no,
like,
they don't care about that. It's just we have our president who has probably have nothing better to do. He's been nitpicking on little stuff throughout the neighborhood.
Oh my god, no.
I can't. I just
I-
can't.
I have to put up my 8-foot flying saucer yet. We didn't decorate. Yeah, I have a nice flying saucer, and our beheaded children, which are in the spare bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to put their heads back on so we can put them out so they can become aliens. But so we live in the middle of the woods. I think it would be kind of creepy for kids to come back.
Yeah, like I'm about to get killed. This is the worst night to be coming out and doing this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I don't.
That sounds like a plot from either like Wrong Turn or
That's- Probably not gonna happen, dude. Sorry.
No, I had thought about making a little campfire with Halloween lights, and then have 2 skeletons and a skeleton dog and stuff like that.
Oh, that would be so cool.
That would be
It would be so cool, but I think I'd creep too many people out.
fuck it. It's
I'm just
Halloween.
waiting for the neighbor to call the cops
Halloween,
and stuff.
go for it.
I would.
We had said about taking that 8-foot flying saucer and put it on a pulley system that every so often it would goes up and down in the trees.
That'd be
That
fun.
sounds neat. Mhm.
I think that would be so damn cool.
Have you guys heard since Halloween? Apparently, the big thing is the Home Depot, like big ass skeleton.
Like
I guess.
what is
I've
it
seen
like
that
20 feet
everywhere.
tall or some shit?
I haven't. Let me see if I could try to find an image of it. But like everyone's been talking about this Home Depot, like it's a big thing that's going through.
How do you know how tall it is, or are you looking to find out?
I'm looking right now. Home Depot. skeleton.
It's at least 10 feet, I think.
It's-
It's
Wow,
huge.
Yeah.
Bigger. than
How would you even
I want to say it's like
store that?
15 feet high.
12 feet. It says.
Is it 12?
Wow.
Good
Nice.
night.
You
That's
need a pretty big
ginormous.
garage for that.
So,
to
okay,
store
I
it.
Found it real quick. Let me share it.
Prop it up against the house and decorate it.
Or decorate different things for different
Agree with that.
seasons.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but apparently this thing is like the hot item.
Yeah.
Apparently, everyone wants it, and people are
Is it-
reselling it for like hundreds of dollars.
Mhm.
Is it
Apparently
animatronic or is it just
No,
a
it's just
standalone
it's
skeleton?
Classic.
Yeah,
$300
it just,
or
yeah, it
finance
just-
for $50 a month.
Oh my
it just has
god.
the LED eyes. That's all.
Oh, I wanted to.
Yeah, this was pretty cool. 5 foot. Anywho, but
That's
yeah,
crazy. That's fucking crazy.
Oh, Jason
That's
just
too
put in the
much.
chat. He has a good idea. Put a mask on it.
No, he actually I forgot about that, but there was one year for Halloween. He has this like creepy pumpkin mask.
Mhm.
And he was in all black. And he wore the mask and he sat on the front porch. Because we have a covered porch. We have a porch that's covered and you walk up on it. And he
I
just
can
sat
so
there
see this.
and he had the bowl of candy. I mean,
I
he
can
was
so
perfectly
see
still. And the
That's so
kids
sinister.
came up and they were like going for the candy. He just stood up and they were like, and then he like would get up and like start walking and just freak people out.
I love that.
I
That's
finally,
fantastic.
I finally had to look at him and said, "You need to stop because we're not having any kids that come. We're not
Scare them
having
all
kids
away.
next year. You can't keep doing this." Well, and one thing I think would help is getting more kids down here. Is we used to have a house way at the top on one of, I would call it like the main neighborhood street that would always go really big for Halloween, and that would draw a lot of people, and then everyone would just forget about our street.
Aw.
Because
Okay.
our street dead ends.
so
So
they don't want to
yeah.
walk up and then walk back.
yeah, so they haven't been able to decorate for the past few years. So I think kids are realizing, oh, there are other houses in this neighborhood. There are other houses with candy. Let's go explore.
Yeah.
You know, I think that'd be like the perfect way to trick or treat is like if it's like a closed street, you start on one side and then just come back down the other side and then exit. Like that sounds
Well,
more efficient to me.
See, the problem is our street dead ends.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah, that's what I mean. You like
you
once you get to the dead end, you just like go on the other side of the street. And
Yeah,
you
well, I mean,
go
that's
all
what
the
we
way
used
back.
to do.
Just do
That's
one
what we
and then the
used to
other.
do.
Yeah.
Now, instead of walking, kids all drive, have their parents drive them.
My parents did that for me once.
I had to
And that
walk.
was fun.
Oh no, I had to walk.
Well,
My
kids
ass
have gotten
walked.
lazy. They really
Mm.
have. It's
Yeah.
Mom, I can't walk from one house to the other. Bullshit, man. We used to walk miles on Halloween.
Wait,
I
We-
know,
we-
right?
our neighborhood, we
Until,
clear
like,
our neighborhood.
midnight.
I lived in a neighborhood of 35 houses. We would hit every single house in our neighborhood, and then we'd walk 3 miles down the road to the next development and walk that entire development and come home with a pillowcase full of freaking candy.
Oh yeah.
And
your
it was like,
pillowcase.
this is my night to work.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. I remember when I was a kid and I was like I don't know, a princess or something. I had heels on. Like I had like little kid heels on, and I walked at least like a mile up and down our neighborhood just to get like this whole freaking almost pillowcase full of candy. I was exhausted at the end, but it was worth it. I was just like, yes,
Oh,
this is my haul. Yeah, that's what I used to do. Yeah, really,
feel
kids are not that lazy.
I feel like it was a bigger deal when we were kids. Now it's like church parking lots and parents
Yeah, they
are
made
like
it easier for kids.
yeah, parents are like driving their kids to streets. Like, okay, you go down this street, I'll meet you at the bottom and pick you up. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, no. The thing is,
there's
kids will get out and the parents are following behind.
Oh yeah, that happens
Like,
too. Mhm.
Well, they used to do that with us, but where I went was because I lived in a very rural area. We'd go around the neighborhood, which was like 25 miles worth of winding roads and stuff like that. So we'd all pile into somebody's van or a station wagon. And then we get to the house, they'd open the door, and all these kids would fly out of the vehicle.
that makes
And
sense
then
for
we
you.
go to, what was that?
That makes sense for you because you're in a rural area where houses are probably, at least half
Oh, they were a mile apart.
A mile apart, yeah.
We got a ton of candy, but the funny thing was I didn't eat candy. So my mom ended up eating candy. We'd have candy from the previous Halloween. She'd end up taking it into work because I wouldn't eat it. The only thing is I would eat with the Snickers, the peanut butter cups, and the sugar daddies. That's all I'd eat. Wouldn't eat any of the rest.
Dude, there are 3 of us all 5 years apart. So like as you get to the younger child, they're even cuter kind of a situation. So like by the time, Mindy was old enough to walk around with us, she's like 3-4 years old, just holding my hand. We're walking through the neighborhood. And at that point, we lived in a trailer park that had over 100 trailers in it. And everybody gave out candy. Everybody decorated back at that point in time. And there were even houses like up the street in either direction from where we were that would give out candy too. And by the time we would make it home between the 3 of us, there would be at least, I'd say, a pillowcase and a half full of candy for each one of us that walked into that house. My mom would separate that shit by like, is it chocolate? Does it have nuts in it? Is it a lollipop or is it hard candy or is it gummies or what is it?
Or
and separate it
or some strange other
refrigerator
or the
drawers.
strange other
corn.
stuff. Or the nerds.
Yeah.
or popcorn.
Raisins.
The
Yeah,
popcorn balls. We used to get popcorn balls. I was never allowed to eat the popcorn balls because they were 2 maids that lived down the road. They never got married, and they had like 30 cats. And my mom was always afraid that there was something in the balls because there was always cat hair in the balls, and she wouldn't let us eat them. And I'm like, but Mom, it's popcorn. I love popcorn. And it was caramel popcorn. I'm like, Mom, I want my popcorn. She goes, no, you can't have it. So she got to the point that as soon as we were walking out, she'd like snatch it out of my hand because she knew I'd try to eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was someone in one of the neighborhoods that I lived next to. They had a cotton candy machine, so they would just be a line just to get some cotton candy. Like,
Totally cool.
I mean, they would do just like a little bit because I mean, so many kids I want to do it, but that's what was cool is that they did.
That's
cotton
so
candy.
cool though.
There's a video. It's oh god, it's a couple. It's a husband and wife. They've been doing a lot of like Facebook videos, and it was like Halloween in the 80s, and showing their kids, you know, what it was like to go trick or treating in the 80s.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Oh my gosh,
versus
the
now.
plastic masks and the.
Oh, they were horrible.
I wasn't allowed to have them. Mom did all homemade costumes on us, man. Like there was no store-bought shit. My friends made fun of me so bad. They're like,
What's one
Mine
of
were always
the like?
secondhand and broken, and like there was cracks in the mask.
What's one of the like sillier costumes like as a kid growing up? Mine, one year I went as a California raisin.
nice.
I love
That's
that.
pretty awesome.
I really liked them. The commercials were cool.
They were.
It wasn't a silly costume. I dressed up as a witch, but my sister was in drama club at school, so she brought home the theatrical makeup. The problem is that she put the green makeup on my face so heavy that it dyed my skin. We couldn't get it all
my
off.
God.
So I went to school the next day with this light green tinge to my face and my hands. And that
Wow.
thing, I think my face stayed like that for a good 3 or 4 days. I
That's
couldn't
the
scrub it
80s
enough
for
to get
you.
it off.
That
Yep.
was the 80s for you, because all that makeup used to stain everything.
Oh
Dude.
my god. That was before my time. Oh my goodness.
I mean, that was the best costume I ever did, though, because my makeup took like maybe 2 hours to get on because it
Ooh.
was so intense. Like my hands were done, my face was done, my neck was done, my hair was all done up. She did a prosthetic nose on me and everything, and it was wonderful. The costume was nice, but oh my gosh, the makeup! I will never forget having a green face for that. I don't think I'll ever live that down in school.
Trying to think of like
So-
other costumes. No, go ahead, Grooms.
Oh no, you can do costumes if not.
Okay.
I was gonna say what was new with me for the week.
No,
Go ahead.
go ahead and do that. 'Cause no, you did that first.
We got into a
You
whole
go ahead
costume
and-
thing.
Yeah, go ahead and do that, and then we'll go into costumes.
Well, with me, it's that I had been doing I started walking recently just to get myself because I had a lot of panic attacks and anxiety and things of that nature. And one of the things that I started to do was listen to podcasts while walking. And so I've talked about this podcast before. I just had never listened to it. And I highly recommend it because it's just so random. It's called My Favorite Murder. And they talk about serial killers. They talk about murders. They actually go on tour and they'll do like local murders that happen. And it's
Nice.
just kind of interesting because it's not glamorizing murder itself, but kind of just making you like, maybe you should pay attention to the red flags of people that are like around
Yeah.
you, like how these people can just
Definitely.
assimilate in life, and
Or like
and
how a lot of
such.
people
What was
think they
this
can
again?
like fix people. Like that's what really gets me. That some people are like, oh, I can fix them. Oh, they're
Yeah,
like, no, they're broken mentally. Like, can you not?
yeah.
What
Like,
podcast
really?
was that?
The most recent one that
What podcast was that?
My Favorite Murder. The most recent one I listened to, because I'm kind of listening to newest to oldest, and they sometimes go back to the newest one if something comes out recently. But it was about, I guess, the I-95 murderer, killer. And it was kind of like one of the things was that he was like known as a really like, he was going to be a professional football player, but then he got cut, and then he kind of thought he was hot shit, but then girls didn't like him so much. And so the way that they caught him is he would always make calls to girls that he liked to try to get them to go out with him. And so they would reject him, and then he would go out and find someone and kill them.
Oh my god!
And it was like-
yeah, I remember that. I remember it.
Kind of reminds me. I have my criminal mind.
Nice puzzle.
puzzle.
Yeah.
I
Ooh.
started really getting into stuff because of Bailey, listening to all hers.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just kind of become obsessed now.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because they call them murderinos, like all their listeners are murderinos, and they'll talk about like things that are like people will write in like little stories, not necessarily murder, but just like kind of funny stories. Like one of them was a person who worked at a post office, and they were all kind of working together, and he farted or she farted there, but they thought something died in like the rafters
no.
or in the like system. Like that's how bad it was. And
Holy
so
crap.
they never admitted that it was smelt that bad. Like, they were like, they swore something died, and so they had all these people came in, like the hazard people came in to look for a dead animal in the thing. The person never did. It cost them so much money to rip things up and try to look for a dead
shit.
animal.
Oh my god.
You might as well be like, yeah, that was me.
Yeah,
That's
they
crazy.
they refused because the fart had smelt like a dead animal, and they weren't going to admit that.
I
to
would have
them,
been
that they were-
gone. I would have been gone. If that was me. I'd be like, good luck. Goodbye. Here's my 2 weeks
Yeah.
notice.
But I definitely recommend because they do some funny stuff like that too. So it's not all about the thing. But I would probably say it makes walking around with the air. I only carry one AirPod in because it makes you paranoid a little bit. Like, are you?
Yeah.
Wait,
There's no way. I can't even around the house with both in. If I'm cleaning or something, I have to have like one out when I'm. That's so crazy. Anyway.
That reminds me of when I was going to school, I would stay with my aunt and uncle because they were only like 40 minutes outside of Richmond. Because
Mhm.
otherwise, it's a 2-hour drive for me. And their house is, in the woods and lots of trees. And there would be a few times where I'd be there by myself and it would start to get dark out. And, it's an older house, wood floors, lots of creeks.
Jen would know all about it.
You look out
My
the
house
window,
is not creepy. I don't know what you're talking about.
you look outside and it's like completely just like
It's
pitch
awesome, is
black.
what it is.
And so I would be like going around like turning lights on, making sure like the doors were
Mhm.
all locked.
That was one of the
Somebody
people
around the
was
corner.
that the husband started taking life insurance policies against the wife, and then had hired someone to kill her, but like the day of had made it so that took the phone out of the room and gave away the dog to someone else so that the killer couldn't. So whoever was going to come in and kill couldn't get identified or something like that nature. I was like, you gotta be questionable about these things. Like if it's
Yeah.
Gort get away by dog, it'd be game over. It's like, no, I'll give you away. Where's a pound I could put you at?
Oh my god.
That's why when it comes to murders, they always look at the spouse or the partner.
Mhm.
More often than not, it is the close relatives or family, which is
Mhm.
crazy to think of, but yeah.
I've been listening to Case Files. It's a guy from, I think, from Australia.
Mhm.
He has like 200 cases, but he goes really in depth into these cases, and he'll describe where the killer came from if he
Mhm.
knows.
Oh, wow.
Not all of them are solved, but he'll tell you about the people that were murdered prior to them being murdered, and he'll go through the whole murder and then everything that they found and stuff like that. It's really in depth.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love this guy. I love listening to him too. But hey,
Mhm.
his voice, he's got that Australian accent. But that's a really, really good one.
You
Like
like that
a
one? You like the Australian accent or the podcast?
I like the podcast and I like the Australian accent.
I just
She's like,
clarifying.
"No."
Just clarifying.
I don't I've never really gotten into like the true crime ones. Kind of. I don't know. I listened to this podcast called Behind the Bastards where this guy is an actual journalist and he brings in a comedian who doesn't know anything about the person that he's going to talk about. And he picks some of the worst people in history. Like I'm talking straight up emperors and stuff like that have killed like hundreds of thousands of people and whatnot in their reign or whatever they did. And he goes through their entire life. And typically at first you're sitting there listening to him and you're going, well, I don't really think that guy's that bad. I mean, I can understand he's got daddy issues and stuff like that. And then you get to the end where it's like, yeah, and he caused the deaths of hundreds of thousands of people. And it's like, what the fuck? It's like, okay,
That's
I
awesome.
don't like him anymore.
Yeah.
Or you find out that he was a misogynist asshole. And it's like, well, I can understand because his dad was the same way. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah,
What's that one called?
Behind the Bastards.
Behind the Bastards. Okay.
Yep.
That sounds
Yeah,
fun.
he's good. Another one that's really good though is Lore, and this guy takes actual true lore from different cultures and stuff like that. And he actually does it in almost like a storytelling kind of way to explain the different lore that's around. And that one's really good too. So
Brian, he rarely says Crikey or Barbie or Digitaro.
Didgeridoo.
That thing is.
It's the thing that goes.
He does say mates. He does say mates.
Giant hollow log that makes noise. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Brink, he had a question earlier that I've been wanting to get back into it. So let's all kind of discuss. So, can you lovely ladies define what a basic bitch is for me?
Amber, take it away.
Gee, where do I start? So, even though I try not to be,
Stop.
What?
Sorry.
Okay.
My phone just started like downloading shit and started talking.
It's okay. So even though I try to avoid it as much as possible, I cannot deny what I am. I am a white woman. I love pumpkin spice. I love sweaters. I love fall. I love everything that is basic white bitch. So that's what I am right now. I'm not all the time, but I am this season. So there you go. That's a basic
Are
bitch
you
right
an
there.
Instagram basic bitch? That's
No, I haven't gotten that far, thankfully.
Okay.
I
Do you
am on
have a
Instagram.
pair of Uggs?
No.
No, but I have something very similar. They're
I'm
called
kidding,
like
I'm kidding.
But no,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
serious though.
But you have a pair of something like Uggs? Is that
Yeah,
what
like a
you're-
like fuzzy boots.
she has
I love
Uggs.
that. That is my favorite thing ever. I love that so much.
For those who are listening, I put up a meme that says one leaf falls and it's immediately Han Solo season.
Yes.
That I don't have.
Skinny
Don't worry.
jeans, the boots, the white shirt, and the vest. Yep.
Yes.
I don't have the vest. I don't do that, but I do the boots. I do the jeans, and I don't do white shirts most of the time because no.
See through.
I do the
Well,
boots if I found boots that
boobies.
could fit my calves. That
With
was
my-
only
I thought you said boobs that fit your calves. I'm like, wait, what?
my
Torrid.
calves, my little
Torrid.
cows. There you go.
I don't like
Torrid
skinny jeans.
Has them.
Torrid.
With my new position, I actually can wear my nice boots to work now, so that's nice.
I will
Oh,
put it
that's
this
awesome.
way: my two sister-in-laws are they're basic bitches. I love them, but they are.
Did they listen? Are they going to get offended?
So just
I don't think they're gonna listen.
PSL
But
life?
they're, I
All
mean,
about the
they're the
PSL
ones
life?
that they go to. I mean, they go to like all the wine festivals.
Oh,
Thankfully,
wow.
I'm not into
You
wine.
get free samples.
so like hold on. Are you guys excited that it's pumpkin spice season? Let's just go there
Yes.
first.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
I
The
love
only thing that I like
yes.
that's pumpkin flavored is pumpkin pie and pumpkin cheesecake from Cheesecake Factory. That's about it. That's what I like about
I
pumpkin
like
season.
the
Pumpkin
smell of pumpkin. I don't like
creamer.
the taste.
Okay, I've never had anything from Cheesecake Factory because I've never been there.
I never have either.
I
But,
haven't been there either.
But as far as pumpkin spice goes, I'm not really into it. I mean, pie-wise, I'd rather have an apple pie or a cherry pie or, God, a pecan pie would be delicious right about now.
I'm with
but
you on that one though. There's a pie that is now like very. I'm sorry, Brian. He still doesn't understand.
I can help him because I pulled up basic bitch on Urban Dictionary,
Thank
so
you.
we can help him. Just hold on, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. So in my family, my mom found this pie. There's like a recipe book that she has, like it's like the 50 states, and there's like a classic recipe from each state in there,
Mhm.
and it's a Marlboro pie, kind of like the cigarettes, but it's spelled a little differently. Don't ask me why. It's an old pie, basically. It's like a lemony applesauce type pie, and we just fell in love with it right away. It's refreshing.
Mhm.
So you just put like a little bit of whipped cream on top of there, and that's it. I actually prefer that now than to pumpkin pie, even though pumpkin pie is such a classic. So no, I get it. I get it, Miss Double Shot Nope.
See,
Now,
I'm
see,
one of those.
I like the pie called souffle pie. It's very, very.
Oh yeah.
You actually know what that is? 'Cause it's supposed to
vaguely.
be like a central Pennsylvania thing.
Isn't
Oh,
it
it's
like
spread.
molasses?
It's spread. Yes.
like type. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a really sugary one. That's why it's called
It's
shoe
really
flies, because these
sugary.
flies will just be.
It's got a wet bottom, and the wet bottom
Yeah.
is molasses, and then
There
it's
you
got
go.
this like cake type consistency molasses cake,
Mm.
and then it's got crumbs on top.
It's almost like a baklava, but pie.
Yeah,
If that makes
That
any
sounds
sense. Like how
good.
sweet, like
Ooh.
It is
baklava has
very
that real
good.
sweet middle.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what I mean?
I
It's
love
like that, but
baklava.
it's thicker and it's a pie, but it's like the same sweetness, the same
I'll have to
flavor.
make one if we ever get a chance to get together.
Thanksgiving's coming.
That's true, and I actually have the recipe for souffle pie, and I am trying to convert it into gluten-free.
Ooh. Hmm.
Yes, I can do both.
I'm sure we can do that. Yeah. Make
Yeah.
a gluten-free crust. Almond flour is fantastic. So whatever you can do.
I
with that.
feel kind of weird because I don't like pumpkin pie. I don't like the taste of pumpkin pie. I'm not a fan of pumpkin flavors. I
Mhm.
like the smell. I love the smell of like pumpkin spice candles, but I don't like the taste. But I'm more of an like a spiced apple.
Mhm.
Oh, I
Ooh,
love
right
the
now-
spice apple.
Like
That's
now,
my favorite.
one of my candles that I just have I have over here just sitting is a mulled cider.
Nice.
Well, that's
And
actually really good.
it smells so good. Like the whole
My,
room.
my house
smells.
always smells like spiced apples because that's
Need to
the
get those candles.
only scent that I prefer. Like
It's
my,
warm but sweet and crisp and
I just-
Yeah.
If I'm gonna
I
light
was-
candles, I want them to smell like food. That's all I get. Like,
Well, I mean,
agree.
it's
So I
all
had-
fun.
I had an
It's a little
icing
confusing
one.
sometimes.
I had an
having it
icing
smell
one, I
like
had a
food.
nutmeg one, and I had a
Yeah.
cinnamon one. So I'd burn them together, and then I'd had my apple spice one burning in another area. So it would smell like an apple spice cake.
Nice.
Oh, you walk in, it was like, where is it?
Oh,
That's why
I
I
had
had a red velvet cake candle once, and I had
Oh, that's-
turned it on and said, and Gort was so disappointed when he found out it was a candle. He's like, "You're baking red velvet cupcakes?" It was like,
Ew.
not. Whoops.
I love like I'm picky about the candles I burn because I love the sense of everything, but don't burn a pineapple or a tropical scented candle in the wintertime because that's just going to disappoint me. And don't burn like a Christmas scented candle type deal in the summertime because
It'll
you
disappoint.
can't. Yeah,
You can't do
exactly.
it.
You know, you come in and it smells like Christmas trees, and you're like, it's July, it's 150 degrees outside and 120% humidity. I'm coming
Christmas
in
in
soaked in
July.
sweat, and I smell a freaking fir
It's
tree,
like-
and I'm
it's like
like, no,
walking into
no, this
Hallmark.
is not fair.
Hallmark in July, and they're playing Christmas music, and they've got their ornaments out, and you're just like, no. Oh, another. I was just realizing another kind of part of a basic bitch is Target and Bath and Body Works.
Yes, and Bed Bath and
Oh,
Beyond.
yes.
That's
In
true.
Bed Bath and Beyond. Those are like
Oh,
your
man.
three like
That
go-to
is
stores.
my favorite store. I will spend 3 hours in there if you'll let me. Like I
Just
will.
walking around looking at
Yes.
stuff. I
Yes.
love just
Wait,
looking at
where?
Bed Bath & Beyond. I've
Bed Bath &
barely
Beyond?
ever bought anything at the store, but when it comes to actually like walking around that store, I could walk into that store around that store forever. Because what I usually end
Bed
up
Bath and
doing is-
Beyond.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's that store. I'm
that's
not
the
like I'm not a frequent shopper there. That's where I bought our trash cans, and the ladies in line behind Marissa and it was hilarious because I found them for sale. They were on like some kind of sale. I was digging around on my phone, like looking through Google trying to find something local because we needed new trash cans, and they were on sale there. Everywhere else they were like $30 more expensive. I was like, sure, let's go there. Marissa and I are in line buying these freaking trash cans. And these ladies behind us went absolutely berserk with coupons. They're like, we have coupons. We can help. Well, let us help. Let us help. And they're like digging through their fucking wallets, handing this woman like all these coupons. I ended up paying less for both than I would have for just one because
they
and I was
send
like, well, thank
They
you.
send out
But
so many
Wow.
coupons. They send out
Yeah.
so many coupons.
So
And
many
even though
coupons.
it has an expiration date, it doesn't matter. They may as
Doesn't
well
matter.
just send coupons out with no expiration date, because I've used
Yeah, that's the same
coupons from them that were like 2 or 3 years old.
Brian really needs that definition. He's still
Yeah.
Not
quite,
doing now.
not quite.
Help him.
I don't know if I'm getting this that will work. So, a basic bitch is someone who is unflinchingly upholding the status quo and stereotypes of their gender without even realizing it. She engages in typical unoriginal behaviors, modes of dress, speech, and likes. She is tragically, laughably unaware of her utter lack of specialness and intrigue. She believes herself to be unique, fly, amazing, and a complete catch. When really she is boring, painfully normal, and par. She believes she experiences to be crazy, wild, and different, and somehow more special than everything that everybody else is doing, when really almost everyone is doing or has done the exact same thing. So essentially just someone that's doing everything and thinks that they're special. That's the basic.
She's the
snowflake.
girl. She's the girl that will show up to a casual party dressed out like she's going clubbing.
Yeah.
Oh, what's another good way? She's a bandwagon. She's a. I call them like the bandwagoners.
Yeah.
Bandwagoner. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like
Yes.
they just jump on the bandwagon. Oh, because someone is interested in something. Oh yeah, I'm like that too, and they like learn everything about it, and then they're like, oh yeah, I'm bored with it now.
So it's only for fall for me.
And
So
then
when
like
fall comes around, I'm
all
the
of their
basic bitch. but
all
that's
their
it.
Instagram pictures are overly filtered, cute little like captions, yeah, like that.
There you go. Pumpkin spice, Uggs, the scarves. Oh, I forgot about the scarves.
that is
I love
hilarious.
my scarves. Let my scarves alone.
Bethany, is that you with the candle? Is it a Yankee candle?
That's me.
Actually,
right
no, actually,
Okay.
mine's a Walmart candle.
Okay, the Starbucks and the scarf are me, so I'm kind of half
Yeah.
there.
now. Starbucks
Okay.
scarf and the
Oh,
Yankee candles.
sorry.
That's me.
I was trying to go to the next one in the list. Sorry.
Yeah, that
Hello.
I don't,
Yeah.
Sorry.
picture-
Sorry,
That's
Jason.
an interesting
Who was
picture.
that?
That was
was
Jason.
Jason.
That was back when we were talking about high school pictures. Sorry. I thought I was trying to go to the next one in the list of ones that he sent me.
Handsome.
That was my bad.
There you go.
Oh, what
I
else?
don't do the infinity scarves, but I do have super long,
Yep.
stupid scarves.
Yep, that's.
I have
Oh yeah,
one
yeah,
infinity
the
scarf.
North Face.
White girl starter bag.
the
Oh
North
my
Face
Winter
jacket.
Oh my
I'm gonna
god.
fucking faint.
That hair
That's
knew
hilarious.
that
my
there's somebody-
God.
They're the ones that will spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on like their makeup. I mean, nothing wrong with that for good makeup, but it's like you don't
Is
need
that-
200 eyeshadow palettes.
Is that a North Face jacket?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
That
I'd
is
kill
a
for a good North
typical-
Face though.
I'm
Yeah.
seeing that hairdo somewhere. That looks awfully
Oh,
familiar
the messy
to me.
bun.
The bun, the messy
I
bun.
never did that.
Is that a you
Yeah.
thing? Is that a
I
you
have
thing?
no
That's
idea
not a
what
you
I
thing.
Yours has to be a little higher. A little
Yeah.
higher. So a little
Yeah.
low.
That's
Yeah,
the messy bun where you roll out of bed and you just look like it.
I woke up like this.
I want that shirt.
I like that shirt.
Yeah.
I want
I
Wow.
need that shirt.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Like
Basic
I'm definitely,
bitch costume.
I'm definitely the leggings and
That's so
yoga pants
good.
just because while being they're comfortable in my job.
Comfortable.
No,
They're
that's not my thing.
comfortable.
I have like 2 pairs of stretchy pants and that's it.
They're super
A lot of
nice.
it is I got into them because of my job. I'm doing a lot of where I'm having to bend and squat and pick up. And after a while, jeans just dig at places where it's not comfortable.
And you always get
No,
that
I-
butt gap. Like no matter what, you're gonna see the top of your underwear. It doesn't matter.
And-
As a
and-
woman, you can't buy jeans that don't do that.
The live
Oh, and I
laugh
got
and
ghetto
love.
boots. Yeah.
I forgot
Don't make
about
fun
the
of my
flannel.
beanies. They can't
I
do
was
that.
gonna say I see a tan beanie right
Oh my
there.
god, I think I'm wearing that flannel right now. Jesus
But
Christ.
it's like
Wait, you are? Oh my
I shop
god!
at Whole Foods.
let me put it
Basic
this way:
Bitch.
basic bitches usually turn into Karens.
Wait,
Ew.
wait,
Oh.
Grims.
I'm
Oh.
not.
Do I see the hair?
No,
No,
that's purposefully dyed gray.
Right. No,
Silver.
mine is just leftover. I have to go get my hair
Oh.
done.
Okay, because I was gonna say what I was seeing, I was like, wait, I looked up and your hair was looking like
Yes.
No,
yes,
mine
it
is
does.
all
I
the
love
color is
that.
out of it. I need to go get
They're
it.
the ones that wear like the shirts that have like weekend vibes, or
Yeah.
Mhm.
you know, I woke up like this.
I love that.
Keep calm and go on.
I love
Yeah.
that hairstyle too because they
Or,
make fun of old women, but they want gray hair. Like I don't fucking
Yeah.
understand. I really don't. They're like, "Oh, you're so old," and then they dye their hair fucking gray. I don't
They're
get
they're
it.
You know
the
what's
ones with like the live, laugh, love,
Sorry, my sister talking to me. I'm very
and
good at doing that.
they're like country chic. My house is so
Mhm.
country chic.
Oh my gosh.
That
And-
That's
country
Shiplap.
chic.
Everything has to have shiplap. Let's not forget.
I'm telling
Yes.
you, most basic bitches are the ones that grow up to be Karens.
That sucks.
I really hope not. I hope I don't become that way.
I was like,
Don't
no,
worry, we'll slap it out of you.
Because they're the ones.
I
Yeah,
want to
we'll-
grow up
we'll
to be
slap it
Helen
out of you.
Mirren.
Because a lot of them are the ones that go into Starbucks now, and it's like, I want this with
Oh, I
a
can't
shot
say
of
that.
this,
I wanna
with
I wanna
substitute this, da 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 da.
And that's
da,
where I
and if it's
differ.
not
soy
right.
latte, vegan.
Thank you.
yes, with 3 shot. I want a triple shot of espresso and a little extra caramel, and I need
Almond
soy milk,
milk.
and I need this. Oh God, yes.
See, that's where I differ because unless it's pumpkin spice season, I get basic coffee.
And then
That's
they
it.
sip it. They'll sip it and they'll go, "Oh no, this is 4 shots, or this is not almond milk."
They
This
look at me
is-
like I'm a douche because I want whole milk. They're like, "Do
I
you want
wish-
skim?" And I'm like,
Give me
"No, give me
real
fucking
stuff.
milk."
I wish there were separate lines at Starbucks. Honestly,
You know,
That there were just a
look
line
at
for
it as
coffee.
kind of like the
Mhm.
basic.
And for-
There is
bitches
a separate
to
line.
use
It's called
what-
mobile ordering.
That's
Yes.
what I
Snap
do.
and you don't have to stand in line. That's the
And I don't get any regular, like I just get the Veranda blend, Venti Veranda blend with extra cream. And it takes like 5,000 years for them to go through the line because they're getting Venti double soy latte shit.
or frappuccino. Oh,
Not
I
gonna
hate
lie,
those
man.
people that get the frappuccinos.
Don't knock the venti caramel macchiato. All
Don't-
right?
don't.
Venti caramel
I mean, they are
macchiato,
good.
hot, little extra caramel sauce.
I
Oh,
do
I'm
agree with the
Anna.
caramel
I'm with Anna.
macchiato.
I
Those
do
are
that
pretty
one
good.
too. That's the only one I do. That's it. If I end up in a Starbucks for whatever fucking reason, that's exactly the fucking shit I get right there.
I think
Oh, I'm sorry, Ren. You get Karens every day. Oh, that
Aw.
sucks.
So
the
do
way
I.
I see it
but-
is the basic bitches of today were like the '90s version of like the Valley Girl kind of.
Yeah,
Maybe
the
potentially.
preps.
It's
were
a
the
Yeah.
prep.
And
The
It's
Valley
the
Girls
preps.
grew up to be Karens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you
It's
go.
like it's just this like snowball effect of each generation has like a different, the same person but like a different version and a different name.
I'm pretty sure that basic bitches are just hipster chicks. That's really all it is.
A lot
you
of it,
know?
yeah.
I mean,
Mhm.
that's the definition. I think. I don't know. Like, I'm not a fan of Starbucks or sticky sweet coffees or any of that kind of shit. But if I'm in those places and somebody says, "Hey, what do you want?" And I'm like, "I don't fucking know. I don't go to places like this." They're like,
Dragon drink.
"I gotcha.
Dragon drink is amazing.
Let me help you out." And they order me something and it's delicious. I'll probably order it again when I go to those places.
One of the drinks that I like from Starbucks, it's one of their holiday drinks. It's I think the creme brulee or something.
Ooh,
Oh,
the
that
French
was
yeah.
so
French.
good. Oh,
That
I
is
want
good.
that like now.
I
So
don't
That's
know.
good.
that's one of like the few drinks that I will purposely
Yes.
like go
There
to
was
Starbucks
Fabio.
and get.
Are you okay there?
Yeah,
She's
no.
going around your chicken.
She
I'm
But I
so
don't know,
excited for
like, if
Christmas,
I go-
man.
like
Oh
if I go
my
into
God.
Starbucks, it's
Are
usually
you a
just,
Christmas
like,
person?
Yes.
Okay.
I
Maybe.
love
Go
Christmas.
ahead. Go ahead,
Blame my
Bethany. Sorry.
parents.
it's basically just
Blame
it's
my
like
parents.
I just put coffee with some cream in it. That's like, or like
That's
I get
usually
an
what I
iced
do,
coffee.
yeah. That's usually what I do, but-
my usual.
When fall
see
and
it?
Christmas
Can you see it?
comes,
There.
coffee.
See it?
I've got tea. I've got apple spice tea.
But no, when,
But see,
when-
I cheat at home because like I put spices in the grounds.
Yep.
So when I make coffee,
Yeah.
I put cinnamon in the
I'm
grounds.
so excited.
If I have it and it's here and I feel like being a little spicy, and you can buy literal pumpkin spice or apple spice mixes pre-mixed.
Mm-hmm.
I'll throw some of that in my coffee, depending on the time of year or what if I'm
Little
feeling froggy.
nutmeg.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Just because it's that time of year and I want something tasty, you know. That's it.
I've started putting turmeric in my grounds. So.
That's good too. That's nice.
Yeah.
Wait,
Tried
what?
that.
Turmeric in your grounds?
Turmeric, yep.
Yep.
Sorry, I had to go get my pumpkin spice coffee that I made.
Oh,
I should have
girl.
made some before I came
I
out here.
literally had made some, and I was sitting out there, and we're talking about pumpkin spice. I'm like, I'm gonna go get mine.
Oh yeah, and basic bitches are the ones like they have like the hydro flasks or like
No.
I feel very attacked.
That's where I
It's
like,
okay,
they have
Grims.
to
I wear
have, like,
beanies and have
name-
scarves. I feel attacked too.
They have to have like name brands. Like they can't do like the off-brand stuff. It has to be name brand.
Oh, I'm an off-brand person. Oh, I'm
Oh,
not.
oh,
I'm not
yeah.
for that life. Oh, I'm an off-brand person. Sometimes they're even like they're better priced and they taste better or
But the thing is,
work better.
it's not Instagram worthy. You can't take an Instagram photo with an off-brand like.
Just slap a sticker on it and call
Still
it a
attacked
day.
over here.
I have
Still
a
attacked.
I have a pair of
What
boots.
did you say? You still feel attacked? Is that
Still
what
there
you
attacked. Still feeling being attacked.
I have
I'm
a pair
sorry.
of boots that everybody that has seen them has been like, oh, those are really cute Uggs. They're far from Uggs. They're $20 Walmart specials.
Mm-hmm.
It looks the
I bought
same.
those to
It
put
looks
make
exactly the same.
to make my Tuscan Raider.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Yep.
That sounds
yeah.
cool.
It's
Oh, yeah.
I don't see why I would have to spend a lot of money on anything, especially
Right, that's
boots
where
or-
I draw
Yeah.
a line. I'm just like,
Uggs
eh.
are a weird one because they are animal. Was it
I know.
lambskin or something of that
know.
nature? And so they just and people don't wear socks with them, so then they just absorb all the feet
Yep.
smell, and it gets nasty. It just
Well,
nastiness.
Oh,
And they pick up all this bacteria on the outside too because they walk through water and stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
They're like
yeah.
the most
You need to treat them.
they're not.
unsanitized
They're not
sanitary
resistant.
shoes. I don't like them. They actually kind of freak me out.
all you have to do is just get like some type of waterproof spray that's meant for that type of like suede leather, and then you're good to go. That's disgusting. Why would you? If something costs like if you're buying boots that are over $100, why would you mistreat them like that? That's what I don't understand. It's like why? Why?
Yeah.
It's some people are just gross. I
Yeah,
mean, that's
it's
the only
gross.
explanation I have because I bought my daughter a pair of those $20, jobbies from Walmart a couple years back, and she was young, and I caught her slipping them on without socks on, and they didn't last long. They did not because
So
it doesn't
gross.
take long before the funk
Your
starts.
feet sweat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
They just break down everything inside. I mean, you can
Yeah.
try to clean them, but you don't
Yeah,
get
how do you
that
clean that?
fluffy.
How do you
There
clean
are
it?
some dry cleaners that can clean them.
I'm just seeing dollar signs. That's a nightmare. Oh,
Basic
I'm just
bros.
seeing
that's
some
a bro.
Is that a
gross
neck
stuff.
beard? Ew.
Yes.
That is a neck beard.
Oh
Oh,
my
that's disgusting.
Oh, thank God that is not my
Chick-fil-A
husband.
Oh
Swiftie
my
monster.
God.
The
My
camo shirt.
husband wears those socks, not the Nike ones, just socks. The big, the long socks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they
What is
do that on
that
purpose. They do that on
In
purpose.
the right corner.
Oh, one thing I have really noticed is
That's
Is
weed.
that pot?
Yeah, that's weed.
Yeah.
That's weed.
Is that-
Oh, well, I wouldn't know. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
the
Oh,
one
yes.
thing I've noticed
It makes
I've
it fun.
seen is a style a lot of like the younger, I'll say like high school, maybe going into college, are the girls wearing, I'll call them like they look like the dad shoes with the high socks up, like
Yeah.
the ones that go like past the ankle, and I'm just like, when did
Or-
that come back into style? Or
Or
they're
those-
starting to wear like sandals with socks. I'm
Yes,
like,
the house shoes. They
no.
wear house shoes with
They wear
fucking
house
socks.
shoes, yeah.
yes.
And then they walk outside, and I'm like, "Why? What did your wife say when you tried to leave with that on? Did
No.
she actually let you leave the house in that?"
I'm talking girls are
Girls.
doing that. Girls,
Girls are awful too.
girls are wearing
That's
I'll
not-
call
that
it
should
the
be-
dad shoes with high socks, and they're wearing
Yes.
house shoes
That
with
should
socks.
that should be illegal.
Do you think
That
it looks
is
sexy?
bad.
Like they play soccer or something?
It's not sexy.
But I'm
It's not
talking like
sexy.
I'm talking like
Even
the
if you play
fuzzy-
soccer, it's not sexy.
I'm talking about like the fuzzy looking slippers with socks.
Oh my
Mhm.
god, those.
Yeah.
No. The pink ones that have like the big
Yeah.
pink poof. on
I
them.
was,
Yeah.
I was at the Target up by chance once with Jason, and I swear half the girls that came in were wearing booty shorts, a tank top, house slippers, and socks on.
Yeah.
Well, that's just where
What
we
outfit is
live.
that?
Yeah. That's honestly that's
That's
just
just
where we live.
where we
That's-
live.
that's it.
Yeah, like the Sophie booty shorts are coming back in style. I'm like, I remember those.
And there are people that shouldn't be wearing those booty shorts because you're like, there's a little bit much.
Yes.
I am a big girl, and I am the first to say some of us cannot wear some things like that.
Oh, and
True.
apparently,
I don't
apparently
like
the whale
booty
tail is
shorts.
becoming
I
a
don't
don't
like
get
booty shorts
into
for
it,
anybody.
dude. I don't get into it because I think that there are things that I shouldn't wear too. You
I
know,
like-
it's like
Yes.
you know,
I don't like them on anybody. Number one. But
no, I
definitely
feel like
not my ass because my ass is square and I've got a good booty and I don't need all that.
I feel like if you can see butt cheek, you probably should consider those underwear and put pants over them.
If it looks
Yes.
like your ass is eating your pants,
That's another one.
I think there's a problem.
Oh, and apparently whale tails are starting to become popular.
No,
Like,
not
how can you wear
again.
that stuff? I mean, come
Yeah,
on.
but it's not the
gonna
hip hugger whale tail. It's
No.
the
It's
high.
The high-waisted
thigh.
whale tail.
Yeah,
help me.
They're
There
giving
you go.
themselves
Looks like
booty.
Pennsylvania.
Oh
Why does that
gosh.
look like Central Pennsylvania? I
Hmm.
think I know that
I
woman
think
actually.
I found that Amber. That not Amber. Amber. Sorry, I didn't mean to say your name. I was gonna say that the outfit that Bethany was talking about. That looks like booty shorts with just missing the
That is-
socks.
Hey, Tan, that really does look like our Walmart.
I know.
That
It's
looks
definitely.
like Western Maryland
How
too.
bold do you have to be to wear that in public? You are showing as much leg and ass as you can. Holy crap! You're like this close
Hey.
to a thong. Holy
The
shit!
game doesn't end if you need to find a man. Like
Oh my
Mhm.
god! You're desperate at that point. Like
Yeah.
somebody.
sometimes you gotta show the goods.
Sometimes. Sometimes.
Oh
It's
my
just-
god!
That's just
no.
awful. I mean, look, okay. I don't even wear I take that back. I wear a bikini, but I also wear board shorts and a rash guard shirt over top of it. And the only reason why I wear the bikini is because it's easier to go to the freaking bathroom when you're wearing board shorts and a rash guard shirt and you don't wear a one piece underneath.
Yeah, try to peel that off your skin.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I'm like, no, I'm
Or
too
you wear
old.
You wear like
I'm
the
too
short
old and too fluffy
with
for a
the,
little
the
bikini.
long bikini, like the top, the long
Yeah.
top.
I'm
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
covers-
It's kind of like a halter. Like it kind of
Yep.
like has
but
that extra fabric.
it covers all the rolls.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't wear a bathing suit. I don't go
wear a
swimming.
bathing suit in a long time.
I
I
don't
remember the last
swim.
time I did.
Last time I wore one was when I went camping, and I can't remember last time we went camping by the river. It's been a few years.
Year before last, y'all went.
No.
camping by the river.
I'm talking about like
Oh.
when I went camping by the river.
That's amazing. That
That
is
oh,
pretty much what
wonderful.
I wanna
Beautiful.
look like when
I-
Oh
go
my
back
god,
to
that
work.
reminds me.
Want to be friends with those people.
I was
do
so
too,
tempted.
actually.
I love it.
know.
That is
With the-
You're acting a
beautiful.
little
That-
sus.
That's pretty much what I'm going to look like when I go back to work.
You know, I have one of those blow up T-Rex suits. Maybe
I
I'll-
almost
maybe
bought
I'll-
one. I almost bought one.
So cool.
so
Yeah.
funny.
I might have to go to Walmart like that.
You need to.
Yeah.
You need.
Oh, did
You
you
need to
see?
do
Oh, Jesus! Did you
Yeah.
see the
no.
video that was going around a while back with the son? This little boy, his grandmother was flying in, and he wanted to wear the T-Rex suit to the airport, and so his grandma found out, and she wore a T-Rex
Sent
suit
it back.
too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Suit's
that was
awesome.
so
Amazing.
cute.
That was very
So amazing.
cute.
That was
fucking
so very
fantastic.
cute. Yeah.
I did think about something that is not fall related that has to do with like springtime basic bitch stuff, and that's
Mhm.
when Old Navy does their flip flop sales.
Yes,
And
I do hit those.
Fucking
I
chick
do
I
hit
know
those.
has a rainbow of Old Navy flip flops before
me.
summer even hits.
Not
$1
me.
a pair.
I
can't-
cannot.
I can't wear them because they rub.
can't
They
wear them.
rub the skin. Just wrong for me.
Exactly.
Don't wear flip flops. I can't.
I have
I can't wear them.
I have to have ones that are either like the cloth or the
Those are more comfortable.
I do
leather.
this. This is my jam right here. With the fuzzy inside, and that's all year round for me. I'm not
Cool.
I don't do the flip flops.
Right now, I've got my house slipper.
Nice.
Jason
Look at
hates them. He's
that.
like, the first time I put them on, he was like, "God damn, house slippers are back." I was like, "They are comfortable, and my feet are warm."
Camp socks.
Hates them.
Nice.
Bare feet.
I can't do
can't do
bare
that.
Oh, I don't know what these are called.
I-
Hold on.
I have to have bare feet. I don't like.
Those are cool. Those are little like
Yeah.
slipper clogs.
Just whoop, I have another pair too. I like them. They're super comfortable, and they also have enough of a sole so I can like go outside for like.
Why do they remind me of Birkenstocks?
I was about to say Birkenstocks. That
Really?
summer's coming around when Birkenstocks come out. When the girls
Yeah.
start wearing the Birkenstocks with socks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I did. I'm not gonna lie. I totally did. I wore
Are you still
my
feeling
cousin
attached?
did. It was like a thing. We all wore like
Hang
the
on,
fluffy
wait.
socks with the Birkenstocks. I'm sorry it happened.
I'm wearing socks,
Yeah.
With
Oh,
them?
see, I wear socks
There you
with my slippers.
and this is like extra cozy. I like it.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
feet get so cold that I'll wear my unicorn slippers with my camp socks.
Yep.
Ooh.
I find that if I actually put socks on, my feet aren't warm. They actually get colder. So
Oh, wow.
I don't put socks on. I don't wear like shoes and I don't like socks half the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just sit on the couch and just like wrap my feet up in blankets and stuff. So
That's cozy. I like
Brian misses Old Navy commercials.
that. I don't. I don't. Sorry, no.
They're still around.
Oops. I didn't mean to select that. Sorry.
No,
Okay.
if you're not watching real TV, yeah. If you're watching,
I don't watch real TV.
I don't either.
I don't really either.
Cable's not for me. All I do is streaming, like Netflix and Hulu, whatnot.
Yeah,
So it's better.
I stopped with that years ago.
Do you guys ever get into like basic bitch television, like reality TV or any of that? Did you ever?
Russ gets into it
tried.
like crazy. Like he watches Life Below Deck, and I'm like, what are you watching? It's okay. It's these rich people's yachts, okay, and it's the crews that they hire to man them. These are charter yachts, and they hire these crews to man them, and then they take out charters, like all these rich people, and it's all the drama that happens
Oh
between
my
the
God.
crews.
Russ
Oh, I
is
don't
a
like
drama.
basic white
I don't like
bitch.
drama. I
Russ
don't
is
like
such
the
a white
Hallmark
girl.
Channel.
It's so
He
bad.
really is. He's such a white girl.
Yeah.
I don't like the Hallmark Channel. What's that other channel?
No.
I will
Lifetime.
admit, I like Hallmark.
I don't like
Yeah.
that either.
I will admit,
TLC.
I do enjoy Hallmark. I don't like
TLC.
I don't like Lifetime, but I do like Hallmark.
No.
I like less chick flicks than my husband does.
Yeah, mine too.
like
Maybe
less.
our husbands should go out to a chick flick, and me and you will
Yeah.
go watch one of those, shoot 'em up movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll ask him, I'm like, do things blow up? Are there car chases?
Yes.
Are are there gunfights? Is there action? And if it says
Just watch John
no,
Wick.
So when Russ and I first were dating, the first movie that
Don't do it.
he asked me to pick the movie, I said, I want to go see No Escape. He goes, okay, we went to see it. Well, in this movie, two guys get shot in the neck with the same arrow. It like goes through one guy into the other.
oh, it
Russ
scares.
Russ is cringing in the seat, like, oh God, that's gross. And I'm like, that's fucking cool. I was like, yes. And he's like, oh my God. So yeah.
That's
Yes,
crazy.
Yes. Do
Yeah.
reality shows make Russ moist?
I think so, yes.
Oh, please no.
They probably
Oh
do.
gosh.
He's a sucker for a good reality show.
Ugh.
Yes.
Grams, what do you watch?
It's a favorite saying, just the tip.
Just the tip. Just the tip. No.
Rims, what do you like to watch?
Uh,
Are you basic bitch with what you watch?
Oh, basic bitch to watch. I mean, I guess in theory, maybe. I don't know. Like right now, with CBS All Access, I signed up for it just so I can watch the challenge. I've been watching the challenge from season 11, like going back to all my old high school like watching shows. So that's been something. Like The Masked Singer. I don't know if that's the basic bitch. That's one that I've been really into.
That's fun.
I don't know what those are.
Masked Singer is like D-list celebrities. I guess some are a little bit more like B or whatnot from it, but essentially they have a costume and they only sing, and then when they talk, it's a voice modifier.
There's
But
some
they're-
A-listers on there, like Ryan Reynolds did it once.
Well,
Did
I
he?
think in a different country. But I'm talking about the U.S. ones. Like the most famous was maybe like, I mean, like the first season had Donny Osmond. T-Pain won the first season. There was Rumor Willis was one of the people.
Shaka Khan was on there too.
Yeah, she was one at one point. This season, Busta Rhymes was one of the people. Last season, what's the name of the one guy? I can't remember what the name is, but there's just a lot of random like people. So some are just like,
Oh,
Is it
Why are
Tom
you-
Bergeron one that
Bergeron?
actually sounded?
yeah, Tom Bergeron ones.
Is it weird that the only one that I knew the name of was Donny Osmond?
Yeah, well, the first time Donny Osmond on there, he was the peacock, and I knew as soon as he started singing, I was like, "That's Donny Osmond. That's it. That's Donny Osmond." Like I know that guy. Like because and plus all his they play clues of trying to give away who they are. Like LaToya Jackson was on there once. Tori Spelling was on there once. I thought she was.
She's
Paris
an
Hilton.
actress. She's an actress.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that they're singers. They're just people. Some are
Oh,
singers.
well,
Joey
sometimes they
Fatone
get
from
really
NSYNC
awful.
was on there.
Now I met Joey Fatone one time. He is actually really cool.
Yeah, he's a really chill
He's
guy.
a really chill guy. I took the secret. What happened was we were at Celebration, and he's walking past my table, and I'm like, not that I never listened to his music. He was recognizable, and I'm like, and I was just sitting there like, and he goes. He was there with his son, and they were participating and stuff, and people were paying attention to the exhibits.
Mm-hmm.
So they weren't paying attention to who was there.
Yeah.
Like I'm a people watcher. So
Right.
I was watching him, and him and I were just kind of sitting there laughing about it. He's just there, laughing, and I'm just laughing along with him. It was pretty cool. He's just
That's
walking through the
awesome.
crowd, just without any security. It was cool.
Yeah, I don't think most people technically recognize him, probably because unfortunately, I guess he gained a lot of weight, so people don't recognize him so much, I think, since his NSYNC days. But he's always been really cool. I remember when, what's that Seth Green, Robot Chicken, and they did the whole thing where it was the fat one. Like that was because Batone, fat one, it spells it out. And so he was and he did his voice of the character and whatnot. So he's always been kind of taking the brunt of the joke of, I guess he's not the most popular NSYNC member. It was always Justin Timberlake and JC. So, sometimes you just take it as it is.
I don't watch that kind of stuff. I don't really get into NSYNC or any of that. But
No.
I think it's cool. I think it's a cool concept. I'll put it that way.
What do you watch, Chan?
What do I watch?
Yeah.
A lot of Amazon Prime, actually. Catching up on like series of things. I have HBO on my Amazon Prime, so we've been watching things like Lovecraft Country and
Ooh, I am curious about that one. How is it?
it's fucked up.
Yeah, it is. It's really.
And then
like HP Lovecraft type thing.
Yep.
sort of, but there's also a book called Lovecraft Country, and it's sort of based off of that. Sort of, it's really just kind of screwy, dark, very, very violent, pretty fucked up, very bloody. You know,
very
uh,
racist. Because you have to understand when it was set.
time framing.
Yeah, the time frame.
And then we caught on to this new show that just landed on Amazon Prime called Utopia. First season just dropped, and it is fucking ridiculous. Like, just off the charts odd,
Jason
but really
loved
good.
It.
It's really good.
He binge watched like up to like wherever it is right now.
Same. We did too.
I'm
The
binge
Boys.
watching
Did you
car
guys watch
shows.
The Boys?
I
Yeah,
still
The
need to see
Boys,
it.
yes, that's a good show.
Yeah. I mean, just I like kind of like in-depth stuff, but I like stuff that's got a little bit of a shock value to it. So, you know, if it's got a little blood, gore, if it's a little too touchy for some people, you know, tone-wise, I find a lot of interest in that because most people will be like, ooh, I don't know if I can watch this. And I'm like, I really want to watch that. You know, so yeah, I don't really get into like regular TV shows anymore. I used to, but I don't now. I don't find interest in it anymore. Like back in the day, you know, you catching Seinfeld episodes and like watching Frasier or whatever and things of that nature. But I don't get into regular television anymore. So I don't really watch that kind of thing. I won't lie. For a very long time, I did watch Friends. No lie. I watched episode after episode. I binge watched that and that 70s show
Oh, those were amazing.
plenty
That
of times
70s
in
show
my
was
life.
I am probably.
I have been going through 70s show, but Friends kind of doesn't hold up so much.
I
anymore.
am
I haven't
For
watched
some
it in
episodes.
years.
I am
don't know.
probably the only person who has not seen every episode of Friends.
I
I haven't
haven't.
seen every.
It was just
goodness.
one of those shows I never got into. I never really liked. I never understood the whole Friends fansy.
I think for me, it was just I knew people who reminded me of some of the cast members, so it made me laugh. You know, like I had silly dumb friends that didn't ever have a clue what was going on, so Joey always hit home to me. And then I had friends who worked in offices who would have like their fake business laugh, like Chandler, you know, like he's at a work function and he does like the work laugh and they're like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what is that? But
It's like
that's
living. It's like
it's a
being.
thing.
It's like your post-college friends and living
Yeah.
life like as 20s to 30s. It's like that style of
See,
life.
I'll admit, like I got into How I Met Your Mother. Like
that's
was
a funny fucking
that
show
was
too.
like
Yeah.
the show I've watched.
It's the
that-
same kind of concept. It's
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
post-college friends living in your 20s and 30s and kind of life. It's just what generation you kind of fit into watching would be the
Yeah.
Friends versus How I Met Your Mother. And there's
And
a few other ones that are trying to be the similar type nature.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. How I Met Your Mother probably is. It definitely overrides Friends for me as far as humor. I did watch Big Bang Theory for a long time.
Mhm.
Night Around just brought that up,
Mhm.
so like that was definitely like
Yeah.
if it's comedy or if it's gritty, I'm
Mhm.
in on either way.
I just like Big Bang because it's so nerdy, and I
It is.
understand.
I love Big
understand
Bang
the
Theory.
jokes. I understand the jokes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Yes, it tries to be nerdy, but there's certain times that they change things that are nerdy to fit the storyline, and some
Mhm.
things kind of bother me with things of that
Yeah.
nature. For
Yeah.
example, when they were doing the World of Warcraft episode and they did the wrong amount of people that could be in a group, I was like, no, that is wrong. You have the wrong amount of people that are allowed to be in that group. But of course, it fit the story so that there was enough players and blah, blah, blah type stuff. But like those things kind of irk me, as them always make me think, what else are they kind of changing in it? But outside of that, I do love it as a show. It's one of the ones that I've actually been
It was
rewatching.
just Sheldon being Flash. You know, then
Yes.
they did the Justice League, and Sheldon had to be Flash.
I just there's all those fun little quirky things, and
Yeah.
that show is another one where like you have friends that those characters can remind you of too. So it's like that
Yes.
relatable comedy situation, and that's always a good time as well. So like I'll dig into that stuff. There were times when Marissa was really into like The Voice and things like that because she wanted to be in the music industry. She wanted to
Yeah.
sing, you know, stuff like that. So she'd sit in the living room and watch it, and I would probably catch like the last part of the show with her, or she would ask me to sit and watch it with her. I would, but it wasn't something that thoroughly interested me because I'm not a reality TV show person. I feel like there's always like there's always like a direction that they're purposefully going in. It's
there
not.
is.
Oh yeah,
There's
Oh,
a lot of
it's not
competition.
entirely reality.
I
If we do
also
reality TV, RuPaul's Drag Race, which is one of the ones, there's always someone that's dubbed the villain. And so these queens, they get upset because they're the ones that are coming off as the villain and they get cut as the villain. And there's always like a problem. And then the fans get on them and hate on them and all that type of stuff. And they're very vicious. And so, yes, with reality TV, they kind of, it could affect people's real lives, unfortunately.
I got into the Goldbergs and it was good, but until the last 2 seasons, and then I was like,
I don't know what that is. What is that?
Goldbergs. It's based. It's actually based on like actual true. This guy grew up in the 80s, and it was basically him growing up in the 80s with his family, and he recorded everything. And they actually, at the end of the shows, would actually show clips from when he was recording it, and it would almost be like a it would show like him as he was growing up in the 80s. Like he would talk about like pulp culture, like they would always do something with like the pulp culture, like the movies or what toys were popular.
Gotcha.
They definitely went into like Transformers and some of the other stuff like that. But it was his family growing up in the suburbs of Philadelphia in the 80s and everything that went along with, that time
love
frame.
the 80s. God.
I kind of didn't. Eric watches it, and I kind of don't like the guy's voice. I just can't. It's grating on me.
It was funny in the beginning, like then it got up to a certain point where it's just like, I didn't know where it was going. It kind of lost its flow, its funniness. It was more forceful than funny.
Did you guys get into F is for Family at all? Because that's
That's
kind of the
idea,
same
yeah.
thing, but like a
That's
cartoon.
hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm going to punch you through a fucking wall.
right. It's just the difference is it's a cartoon and it's the 70s. Like other than that, it sounds very similar. It's
Bill
of
Burr.
course it's Bill Burr. Yeah, it's Bill
So
Burr.
funny. Oh my god. I need to watch more of it. I haven't, but I need to. It's just him recounting his childhood and how much of an asshole his father was.
That's pretty much what Goldbergs are, but the 80s.
Yeah.
Like that, how much like the dad basically just called his kids morons and would come home, drop his pants out the door and sit on his recliner, and all he wanted to do was watch the Eagles.
I'm pretty sure I may have caught 1 or 2 episodes of that. I just pulled it up and took a glance at like the family members, and I think I have.
The only
It's the
thing that
lady
they
from Reno 911.
Mhm.
And I think the only thing that changed from like his actual growing up was it was all boys. He didn't have a sister, but to kind of change the dynamic of the show, they changed out the brother to make it a sister.
Yeah.
The one brother's an actual moron. The sister is a wannabe music, singer.
Mm-hmm.
She's not the brightest. And he's the smart kid, but is always overlooked, and the mother's a smotherer. Before helicopter moms were a thing, she was.
I think I tend to like shows that are more than a half an hour long now. You know what I mean? Like I want to watch stuff like JD introduced me to all these like HBO shows that I didn't watch before, and now I'm like I'm stuck in that vein where I want to watch stuff that has more content. It's like longer episodes, stuff like that. Like when he put Deadwood on, I was like, oh my god, this is great, this is amazing, this is such a wonderful show. It's awesome. I don't know. I thought
I-
it was fucking awesome.
Didn't watch that one, but Westworld. Did you watch that one?
Yes, I love Westworld. That's a great fucking
I
show.
liked the whole idea of the first season, but the second season kind of lost me halfway through, and I was kind of like, I don't know if I can continue on with this one. But I
Really?
I really liked how the first season had the twists and turns. I did catch the big twist at the end a couple episodes earlier. Something kind of triggered and made me realize, but. Yeah, the following season, I was just kind of like, I don't know if I like this anymore. It kind of just wasn't as mystery to me.
I like how the third season kind of pulled all of that together, though. You know what I mean? Like, I understand what you're saying about the second season because I kind of got that way too. But once I got through it and I got into the third season, I was like, oh my God, this is just, it's insane. It's like the way everything keeps turning, all the things that go on. It's just, it's a crazy, crazy story. It's really good. Brian has a hard time with longer shows keeping his attention.
I use shorter shows that I tend to watch like for falling asleep. Like I listen to Archer. So Archer is one that I love. I think it's hilarious. I like comedy at night. It gets my mind away from things. So I listen to Archer at night. South Park is another one. Rick and Morty is another one I like to listen to. They're just jokes are funny. And I don't know what it is about something that's kind of upbeat helping me fall asleep. Because my tinnitus, I it's too loud if I don't have some sounds playing with it.
Oh,
I get you.
But yeah, that's probably one I would probably say that Archers can be hard in the beginning to get into, but that's one that I think a lot of people probably actually like because it is a lot of running jokes, which is why I put the photos up of them and stuff because I think they're freaking hilarious.
It only gets better.
And I'm also I'm into a lot of British shows. I'm into a lot of like the British mystery shows.
I like a lot of the British shows. I like the car show. Well, of course, I'm completely a motorhead. There's a car SOS. I've been watching a lot of those. I've been watching. We watched the whole thing of Top Gear. We completely.
I love
that.
Top Gear's funny.
The British Top Gear. I didn't care
the
for
British,
the American
not
one.
the American. The British Top Gear.
Yeah, I like a lot of the British shows.
Like I've been
I kinda
watching like Midsummer Murder, Lewis, things like that.
Yeah,
I don't know any of this.
Only British shows I ever got into are Monty Python.
Wipeout
Wipeout?
is another one we've been binge watching.
I remember. Yeah, that was funny. Okay, yeah.
It is a lot of fun.
Oh, what else was there?
You said Monty Python.
Monty
sorry.
Python. I tried to get into Doctor Who, but here's the thing: like, there's not enough grab. And I want to be more.
Yeah.
I want to like watch more of it. I do. And I love David Tennant. I do. 10th Doctor. I know that. I do. So I want to get more into it, but I'm just like, I don't know. There wasn't that much of a grab for me. And a lot of my friends like already told me all the pop culture references that I need to know. So I'm just like, I don't know. It's
I'm on the
just
same
kinda-
page with you with the Doctor Who. I thought that would be something I would really get into. I watched the whole first season. I started the second season in anticipation for David Tennant as well. And for some reason, I just couldn't get bought into it either. It was a little off for me.
For me, it's kind of like it would always be like my mood and what was going on in the episode, if I got into it or not.
See, it started when I was a kid, so it was something I was into with my mom when I was little. I'd watch it with her. So like, the long scarf has a real that's here, like I watched that shit when I was little. I remember that motherfucker. Anyway, the coat, the whole deal, the fro.
No, I understand it because my friend Kaylee, she's like she identifies as like asexual, something like that. But I think that the fourth Doctor that the scarf is from, he's asexual. It was what she told me, and I was just like, oh, okay, that's cool. So she actually like has like some sort of like cool connection with him, and that's why she asked one of her friends to knit this scarf right here for her, and she has her own, and she like absolutely loves it. So I was just like, yeah, okay, that sounds really cool. And the TARDIS, the whole like my other car is a TARDIS, or there's like the TARDIS is bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. Then the Daleks with the exterminate, and what are they called? The angels, the stone angels that you have to like keep your eye on them, otherwise, and don't blink. Don't blink.
Yeah.
Don't blink. So I know all the
And
references.
the Daleks.
Daleks
Exterminate.
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 It's
I love
just,
them.
it's just, I think it's just something that you have to connect with at a certain time in your life. I think,
Yeah.
you know,
I
like
think so.
once you get to a certain age or whatever, I don't think that it connects anymore.
Oh, okay.
Or like once you hit a certain mentality about time travel. I think that also
Like that
What do they call it? Wibbly wobbly?
That bullshit won't work anymore. What is it?
yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
time travel for me was Quantum Leap. That was probably one
Oh,
of-
baby. I loved that show when I was
That's a deep
kid.
cut
my
right there.
God. Yeah. Now you're
Where's my
inspired.
Sam leaving me through my life?
I know, right? I know. What do they
But
say?
yeah.
Like, if somebody in your life seems like they're out of place or they're not sure what's going on around them, ask them if they're Sam. Can I help you? Do you need me now?
Is it okay? Is something happening that we need to stop?
Do we need to do something?
What decision did I make that ruined the history of humanity?
That's so funny. That was a great show, though. That really was.
Mhm. That's one I would like to rewatch again. Be interesting to see how it holds up, considering it's the future, but it's really in the past, and it's kind of like
Right.
It's like watching the
do that.
movies from like the 80s, and they're like they travel in time and to like
yeah, like
2000 something, and
Space
it's
Odyssey.
this whole thing, and we're like,
Didn't
Yeah.
they try to do that again with another show? Wasn't it called like Sliders or something? Does anybody remember
Something like that. I'd be really curious to see 1984 done as 2084 and seeing what they would think how Big Brother. Because I mean, we have Big Brother, but seeing how Big Brother would really be, since we're already past 1984, seeing if 2084 would be like the new
right.
1984 type situation. Like, are we really going down that path?
See, this just reminds me of certain movies I still need to see. Like, I haven't seen Blade Runner, and I want to see it. Like the old one and the new one. I want to see both of them.
You should.
Like
You
that.
should.
That's sort of like, futuristic 80s. I actually love that. I love that aesthetic so much. It's just it has a certain air about it. You just can't describe it. You just have to see it. It's just like, oh, it's so
what was
cool.
the one movie? Was it
Idiocracy.
Idiocracy? When
Please
he
don't.
goes in, goes,
No, it's so scary. I'm actually terrified of that movie because of how realistic it is. Like, I'm actually scared of it. I'm just like, oh my god, this is
oh my
This
god,
is
it is
us in the future. Oh.
hilarious.
my. It's terrifying. Oh my god. Like what I'm hearing now from like certain people. I'm just like, no,
Oh,
no.
it was so
No.
Well, I mean, maybe we should make Terry Crews president and see what happens.
Pregnant?
Pregnant. My mouth would not say the words
I mean,
president.
he would
and
be
see what
better.
happens.
Why not? Good
I
God.
mean, he could totally work that jumpsuit, you know.
Yeah. Oh goodness.
Well, anywho, ladies, we're at the end of our time here. Before we finish up, does anyone have anything they would like to plug? Start with AMS.
Sure. Makeup designs. So, like as I've been referencing for this entire friggin' podcast, I'm making a scarf for a friend. So I can do knit stuff and yarn stuff. I can also do normal like prints, commissions, anything like that. I have a shop on Redbubble. On Facebook, I have my page, which is Maka Designs, MAJKA Designs, and just check it out. If you like anything, please buy something, or if you want something personal done for yourself or a logo, just hit me up, and then we can work something out. Thank you.
That was awesome. I like the thank you at the end.
Chan.
Shelf gravy, shelf gravy, shelf gravy.
Shelf gravy.
Just all the funness with the realm and keep watching.
Casper?
I am really sorry about Abby being a pain today.
That's
All
fine.
right.
I've just been laughing
Life-
as I see her go across your face.
That's all I'm hearing.
Just want some attention today. That's all.
Anyway, I would like to promote Hole in the Ground Productions. We just opened up for more gantries, which is a newer product, and we had to. Sorry, she's very distracting. We had to close down the gantry sales because we had so many and we were overwhelmed. We actually had to shut them down for a little bit. So we've opened them back up. So take a look. And I don't know. Trying to think of anything else.
I know. How about Lady Love?
Nerds Have Spoken podcast. And
Yay!
since Anne is not on here, I'll plug MPSB.
Yep.
They're
There
coming
you
back
go.
soon, right?
Yeah, they're coming back. Actually, tomorrow I think is they come back.
Sweet.
I think
Good.
tomorrow is they're coming back tomorrow. I think it is.
Yeah. There you
And then,
go.
as always, you can catch us on all social medias if you want to reach out to us or listen to us on your favorite podcast platform. We're on almost everything, so feel free to listen if you can't catch us on the live show or just don't want to watch. Outside of that, I hope
One
you all
more
have...
thing.
Oh, go
And
ahead.
the
Sorry.
Saturday night hangouts with Jason and everyone else.
The meetup, Saturday night meetup,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Saturday night meetup.
But yeah, so
Cool.
have a wonderful evening, everyone.
Night.
Bye.
Good night.
Basic rich holiday, see you
Yes.
I'm just
Cheers.
going.